Alright, here we go. Another fucking stupid tier list for the latest patch that came out yesterday on August 26th for Classic League. There has been a decent amount of changes, but I'm gonna keep it more short in this one. I'm not gonna like start repeating what champions do that I already did in the previous list. So I might skip over some stuff, but like I don't want this to take 2 hours again. Also, I'm gonna make some suggestions for what some champions should receive for buffs and nerfs. And the odd chance that Norak or some writer watches this, Omega lol. But yeah, alright, let's begin. You know it, Twisted Fate number one. Guy is immune to nerfs. He's never gonna get nerfs. Because the data's a joke. And they bounce around low elo. But in terms of what changes for him this patch, the Lantern change is pretty good. If you're jungling as him, having attack speed instead of AD is a really big buff, especially when you're going on hit. You can build like a Ionic Spark, Frozen Mallet, Runans if you're ahead, or Bork. Like, that's the Redact build right there. So, I think as a jungler, he actually got buffed by the Lantern change, which is insane. And I mean, he's still a flex pick. You can first pick him. They don't know where you're gonna go. We can go support, top, mid, jungle. It doesn't matter. Sure, he's hard to play, but doesn't really matter. He's still pretty OP, even though he doesn't do much damage. One thing that's gonna happen though now is that the three most common bans, Blitz, Eve, and Trin, got fucking nerfed really hard. Not Eve necessarily, but the other two, yeah. So they're probably not gonna get banned as often. So TF is probably gonna be perma banned. So good luck playing him. What I would do to nerf this champion is I would do a mix of custom changes and an actual change that was actually done to this champion in the past. The custom change I would do is I would change the global passive to 1 goal per kill instead of two. But I would make TF get 3 goals per kill. This would actually force him into soul lane roles more often. Because right now he's mostly being played support and jungle, which doesn't farm as much as solo lane. So giving him more gold would make him more. It would push him towards the solo lane role because it would not be as good for the team, but it would be better for him. Also, the gate cooldown should be nerfed. Definitely, like, this was a historical nerf. It could probably be even more. They could do like 150 down to 90. That'd be good. But that's something that's already been done. They nerfed the mana cost on wildcard and pick a card in season one, but they gave it a bigger ratio for AP. So I could definitely see a nerf to his mana cost. So especially jungle and support, where you can't really like blue card for mana. Well, now you're gonna have to blue card for mana, so that would be an interesting nerf. And also buff his AP ratio, so you can actually do damage if you build AP mid or AP top. But yeah, it's champ Primo S tier until they nerf him. I don't see a champion that's better than him. You just complete degenerate playstyle. Number two, Janna. She's also avoiding nerfs still. And like the nerf they gave her was a nothing burger, doesn't touch her at all. She still wins lanes without being there. She's can be played top, she can play mid, she doesn't take skill. ADCs are OP, so her being able to protect them makes them even stronger. The only thing that might suck for her is, like I said, these champions are nerfs, so she might be creeped up as a ban more often. The only thing that kind of affects her is the R mana cost can sometimes hurt her, but I don't think that's enough in a nerf to make her weaker. If I were to nerf her, I would just make the global passive be weaker early and scale to be even late game. Because that's what's make her OP. Like, and stop nerfing everything else, just nerf the passive. That's what makes her actually stupid. So yeah, if they just change the passive to be 1% level 1, 2% level 7, and 3% level 14, you could even maybe say 4% level 18, because she's never gonna reach level 18 as a support, let's be honest. Like, that would be a fine change because fucking winning lanes because you have Jan on your team is stupid, and they gotta do something about that. But they also want to keep globals because that's like classic. So the way I would do it. Number three, Lulu up 2 spots. That champion is just OP, and Now I think she's gonna get banned. Like she's immune to nurse. No one bans her, and no one picks her that much. But like, yeah, she's a flex pick, takes no skill. Everything I said about Channa, repeat it. Like literally repeat it. It's the same fucking champion. The only difference she doesn't have a global passive. If I were to nerf her, I would make L picks last 5 seconds instead of 6, so she can't double Q you in lane for free. I will also increase the Q mana cost by 10 at all levels. And the last one is a real nerf that was done in the game. I would increase Wild Growth's cooldown at all levels, so she doesn't have it up all the time. But yeah, this champion's ridiculous. You probably want to start banning her in this patch. It's really unfun to play against. She just does everything. So much damage, so much CC, so much peel, and even engage. Like she just ults your fucking tank and you're knocked up and perma slowed. Can't do anything. Yeah, Lulu's OP. Number four, Lee Sin. I mean, I don't think he dropped one spot. That's because I think Lulu's just that much better. Well, he's still like the best top and best jungler. And also, like champions he was competing against or got nerfed. Like Tryndamere and Evelynn got nerfed. The lantern change doesn't really matter. Like you should still be building Lizard. Yeah, I know some people like doing Madreds. You sit on Madred the entire game and then you upgrade very late. But just go Lizard or Golem. Yeah, he's a flex pick. You can even play him mid. Like also, the big thing is the Kali's like perma pick. Everyone's picking her, so if you're against a Kali, it's a free win. So, and yeah, if you're 1v2 laning in pro play, like competitively, you might do some lane swapping. So you can easily tower dive. You have an easy way to get in, get out, so you can juggle turret aggro. And since he's art to play and the data is a joke, he's never gonna get nerfed. So the only thing that sucks again, he might get banned more often. What I would do to nerf him is like if you want to keep the W armor, then nerf his base armor and armor scaling. If not, then remove the W armor. Like you can't have both ways. And for R, remove the fucking modern arc knockback. Champ should not have that. Never did. This is a modern change. Shouldn't be in the game. Fix your shit, Riot. Number five, Zillion. I'm gonna start banning this champion permaban this patch, even though no one plays him. Because Ewan's Lanes he's not in. He's immune to nerfs for some reason. Even though Paul Belter said he was OP, but Freak says he isn't. And also the China stats indicates he's OP. He's like 60% win rate. Like, why is he not nerfed? The graph, consult the graph, Freak. It says he's OP. Nerf him. Yeah, junglers gets free lead from him. Like you can counter jungle, it doesn't matter. You still keep up in level. Takes absolutely no skill to play. Just press your buttons. No skill shot. Like the only thing that sucks for him is that like yeah, I mana cost and he's boring and he might get banned more often, but who the fuck cares? Like Champ just completely warps the game with what he does. If I were to nerf him, like start nerfing the global, like 8% might be too much. Let's try 5%. Also, these are real nerfs that happen in the real game, like increase the mana costs of Q and reduce the damage of Q a little bit. That'd be a good way to nerf him. But yeah, this champ is stupid. I hope no one plays him because I hate playing against him. Speaking of champions I hate playing against, Morgana. Well, like again, another champion that takes no skill and has no bad matchup. And Black Shield's stupid, but also this champion benefits strongly from this patch because all our rivals got nerfed. Gragas got nerfed, Ari got nerfed, even Tristana mid got nerfed. And Beeble's super fan has like 100% win rate on this champion, and he 1v9s every game on her. So yeah, I, if you're a good player, you play her mid. Even in Korea, I think she's like 58% win rate. Not Korea, China. She's like 58% win rate mid lane. So consult the graph freak. She's OP, nerf her. You know, her only weakness, like yeah, she kind of sucks against Janna because she can disengage you and you don't want to use Black Shield on yourself. But you can ban Janna now because you don't have to ban Blitz. What do you mean you didn't ban Janna? Well, I don't know what to say if you didn't do that. Low AA range is definitely a downside, especially against melee matchups, but like, does it really matter? Not really. What I would do is I kind of similar to fucking Ari. They nerfed their HP regen and scaling HP regen. do the same thing. She has a spell vamp on her passive. She does not need a high HP regen. Also, Freak was talking about how abilities should scale in mana cost per level. Well, her Black Shield has a season 3 mana cost, which doesn't scale at levels. Her Ultimate has a season 3 mana cost, which doesn't scale at levels. And her Q has the season 3 mana cost buff. Like, just bump these mana costs back to what it was in season 1 and 2. I don't know why she has season 3 mana cost buffs. She does not need it. This was forced her to actually build like Shushays instead of just rushing Abyssal and Zanya's. Like her mana costs are way too low. She needs to be nerfed on that aspect for sure. If you do that, she might not be like as oppressive in lane. But yeah, stupid champion. 7, I'm dropping Shen a little bit. I don't think he's weak or anything. It's just that I feel like the other champs are just better. What's really good about him, I mean, again, it's another easy champion to play. Like all these good champions are just easy to play, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, like the good thing about Shen is the macro play, which doesn't really translate in these like non-coordinated games. So people feel like Shen is weak when he's not, but he's still one of the best top lane you can pick. It's just that he doesn't really do that much damage, and he doesn't really feel like he carries hard, but he does so much on the macro level. He's so good at protecting AD carries or diving AD carries that in an organized setting, it's really strong. It does kind of suck that he can't jungle, and his support kind of sucks, which means you can't really flex him that well. I know like if Zubu Frost played him jungle in Season 2 Worlds, but it was a terrible pick. They got shit stomped. They even forfeited that game, I think, which never happens in pro play. And then, yeah, he can get punished by push comps, especially like with Olaf being pretty good now. He can just get pushed in, and then they invade your jungle, or they win the turret race. It's not ideal, but once he gets Ionic Spark or Sunfire, that problem is gone. So yeah, he's pretty solid top laner. I think Lee Sin's better than him, but like pretty safe pick. Number 8, Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw really benefited from this patch. I think he's kind of under the radar for some reason. Because he's like the best game late game AD carry, and it's not really close. And all his rivals got nerfed. Ezreal was like competing with him, got nerfed. Tristana got nerfed. Twitch got nerfed. And even like champs that were like good at killing him, like Evelynn, Gragas, and Ahri, which are all champions that can typically screw over Kog'Maw, they all got nerfed. So yeah, I don't know what they're thinking about. If they kind of forgotten fucking Kog'Maw. He does require peel though, which is kind of a problem. But and Janna, Zillion, and Lulu might be banned more often, so you might have a window where you can punish him if you draft properly. But with the Redactic build, just so much damage, spikes so much earlier, and he's so good late game. I think he's the best AD carry by far now. So I put him at 8, up 4 spots. Ari, the nerf is not really that big. It's just an ult regen nerf. It's gonna impact her lane a little bit. She got a little nerf on her ultimate cooldown, but like she's still a really good roamer, still a safe pick, and she still does an incredible amount of damage. So, and she can kill 80 carries, which is like the entire point of the game right now. So yeah, I can't really lower too much, but you need to land those skill shots. If you don't miss your charm, you don't do damage. So I put her number 9. I think Morgana is now the premier mid. Morgana's like the best mid right now, but like Ari is not far behind. Number 10, people are sleeping on this champion. Every time I see people talk about Jungle's tier list, he's never in like A or B tier. He's like in C tier, and I'm like, are you people stupid? Moon was like really easy to play, and now he's got his QCDR fixed. And with Eve being nerfed, he's the best magic damage jungler in the game. So if you want to build a team around a magic damage jungler, Amumu is the pick now. There's no other pick. You can still pick Evelynn, but she got nerfed pretty hard. And building 2 Dorn's Ring on this champion means you can actually give blue buffs. Like I used to say that he struggle with mana, especially the second blue, but no, he doesn't. If you build 2 Dorn's Ring, you go Spirit Stone, 2 Dorn's Ring into your like Sword Shoes hunting guys if you're ahead, or just build Tabby, Tank, Golem. It fixes everything. This champion is amazing. The only thing you have to survive is the level 1 invade. But if you draft like champions that are good level 1, they're not gonna invade you. Like if you draft like Olaf, other like good level 1 champions, even though you have a moon with it, they still can't invade you because you can just guard the entries, and then if they come, you kill them because you have like really strong champions that are level 1. You just have to draft a decent level 1. You can't just pick all scaling champions and get invaded and lose your blue. But like, it's pretty easy to draft that. And the biggest downside is really his ultimate. Like, the cooldown is really long. If you use it without blue, you do feel it. In late game, you might have a situation where you use it, and then the next team fight, it's not even up. So that's why I don't think he's super amazing, but like he's the best magic damage jungler and one of the best tank junglers. So I put him number 10 S tier. I think people are sleeping on him. Number 11, Tristana. She didn't really get nerfed all that much. She did get nerfed, but like the thing is she was competing with Twitch Ezreal's, and they also got nerfed, so that kind of evens out. But Kog'Maw got ignored, so Kog'Maw leapfrogs her. That's why she's down 2 spot. But she's still an amazing flex pick. Can play her mid, can play her top if you're Brookie, good bot. She's really good laner. She's really good late game. The only problem, her mid game kind of sucks, and she's gonna need like a Janna or Lulu to make her keep up in the mid game, and they're gonna be probably banned now, so that's a pretty big nerf for her. The attack speed is a little bit bad for her late game. It's not that bad. The mana cost probably not gonna matter because they give her mana scaling, so who cares? So that's it for S tier, which are like pick ban OP champions. You should always prioritize the champions. But now we're gonna move on to A tier, which are strong picks or situationally overpowered. And I severely underestimated Kennen in the last fucking tier list. I thought he would be good, but not that good. But one thing that's really helping him is a lot of his counter picks are not in. Like I said, there's no Irelia, there's no York. So he kind of has free reign in top lane. You can play him end also. Double Woda is insanely strong, and even though he's like a lane bully, he still dominates team fights, and that's pretty ridiculous. His biggest weaknesses were like disengaged champs, but like Gragas got nerfed, so I don't think he's gonna get pickled that much, and Janna is probably gonna get banned now, so that's a big help for him. His downside is like he has no wave clear, so you can't like E in and wave clear during a siege, so you need wave clear from other sources.
Yo,
And
I heard there was a podcast going on.
yeah, that's what's happening here. Holy shit, you actually scared me. No one talks when I do these. And then, bro, seriously, then Banjana. You got peeled. It's over. But also, I should say that Morgana's also good against him. So, yeah. But I think he's A plus tier. Might be fringe S tier, just from like the flex power. Number 13. I don't know why nobody plays Skarner. This champion is so good. And his rivals got nerfed. Like Evelyn got nerfed, Gragas got nerfed, so that's less disengage. Against Janna and Lulu will probably be bans now, so that's good for him. He's easy to play. Lantern is a buff for him. Like if you want to go Lantern, Lantern is really good on him now. And you can go like Lantern, Frozen Heart, Aegis, that's a real build. You can still go Golem, like Golem's still pretty good because what I like about Golem is you can go Moby Boots and have tenacity, and I think Moby Boots is the best item in the game. But you can go Lantern if you're snowballing, you're gonna do a shit ton of damage. Yeah, he's weak to disengage, but most of the disengage champs got nerfed or are gonna get banned now. And I don't know why he's an uncommon pick. He's like probably the third best jungler in the game right now. He's like on par with Amumu as a tank. The only reason I have Amumu higher is because of the like team comp flexibility, having a magic damage jungler. But he still does a lot of magic damage, but obviously Amumu does way more, so have him IE tier up 1 spot. 14, Corki. There's not much changes in this bracket. Like these champions are kind of all at the same spot. The only reason they went up 1 spot is because a champion that was S tier got completely trashed with nerfs and is no longer on that tier list. So Corki, why is he good? Trinity Force 80 carries. They haven't nerfed Phage yet. Never have a bad back. Ezreal got nerfed. Tristana got nerfed. Twitch got nerfed. So by proxy, he's better. What's really and he does mix damage. It's really hard to itemize against him. What's really sucks about him is like his range is really short. He has no attack speed to it, so you can't really hyper carry. You need some other source of damage on your team. We had a game where Frog was playing Corki, and we had a really low damage comp, and you just couldn't carry. Even though we had like peel and shields and buffs for him, it didn't matter. You just couldn't carry. If we had a Kog'Maw instead of Corki, He would have hard carried in 1v9 the game, but he's quirky, so like he's really bursty. He doesn't have that sustained damage that other hyper carry has. But he's like really good in lane, so he's probably the best laning AD carry now.
Ray, are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, this is my channel. What the fuck, guys? All right, number 15, we have Mr. Cartus. The Vec propaganda just keeps working. Although this is not like this is because of a fucking exploit, let's be honest. You should not be able to solo Baron at 15 minutes and 45 seconds. But you can. So if you vision control Temple Oracle Baron, you can just do it. Nothing's stopping you, and it's zero risk. You're not taking damage from the Baron. It's a zero risk play. And if you control the vision, they have to face check because if they give you a minute, it's gone and they lose the game. So they have to face check. You get a pick, and then boom, you won the game. That's ridiculous. And yeah, Gragas in hard got nerfed, so that's a help for him. I think it's the best AoE team fight champion. Maybe Morgana's slightly better, but Morgana's more like CC slash zone control. Kartus is like the best damage AoE jungler, and the fact he has global impact is huge. Like can affect tower dives in other lanes from your own lane. It's amazing, and yeah, like the objective control is crazy. Takes a bit of time to ramp up. You really need to build raw and get scaling, but games are so quick, and if you get Baron, that accelerates so fast. And yeah, he's a mobile kamikaze playstyle can backfire. Been over this in the past, but yeah, don't be original. He's up 2 spots. Evelyn, pretty big drop for Evelyn, but people are overreacting so hard about her nerfs. She's still a really good jungler. I think she's still gonna get banned a lot. But people are dooming and saying she's like dog shit now. No, she's not. And people aren't buying pink wards. People aren't warding her camps. And the big thing is, Innovating Locket got giga buffed. If you're struggling for mana, that's a solution to your problem. What she does is completely game warping. She forces people to play differently, and people sometimes don't even adapt and they just get shit stomped. So like she's still gonna be really good and really snowbally. She still does a lot of damage and it's magic, which is kind of uncommon for a jungler. But like the big thing is, I think the laning build is dead. Like AP mid Eve, forget about it. That's dead. No flexing power. And I think going full AP on her is a no go now because she lost a lot of base damage, and she needs to build a mana item now. Whether it be Locket, Iceborne, Frozen Heart, you need to build at least one of those items. So I think you want to go like bruiserish builds like Lizard Elder, Locket, Frozen Heart, Randuin's, Bulwark, like builds like that. You get CDR, get tanky, and you just play as a frontline presence. They already engage with your shield, soak up as much damage as possible, and then disengage. And she was played competitively despite all these nerfs for that exact reason. So I think she's still gonna be really good, just not like best jungler in the game behind Lee Sin. Number 17. Last time I talked about Borg Trinity Vayne, and I said no one was playing it, and I wondered if it's OP. Well, yeah, it is actually fucking OP. That shit's fucking toxic. And yeah, all their counterparts got nerfed as well. So yeah, Trinity Borg Vayne, not fun to play against. And I fucking hate percent true damage. So if you get bad, survive the weak laning phase and get around the low range, you're gonna be a late game hyper carry, and it's really unfun to play against as a melee champ. I think she needs her tumble mana cost nerf. Like, why the fuck is it 30? It should be at least 35. I know it got nerfed to 40 in the patches later, but I think 35 would be fair. Come on, Riot. 30 mana cost, seriously. This is supposed to be classic. It's supposed to have mana problems. So Rise, just a big beneficiary of this patch. Like I'm gonna keep saying this: his rivals got nerfed, Gragas got nerfed, Ari got nerfed. He's much better now. Tryndamere got nerfed, so top lane he's even better. And he's actually a legitimate fix pick. Like top Rise is a menace right now. There's not many champions that can lean against it. And he's such a late game hyper carry that, you know, for being how strong he is in lane, he should probably not be as good late game. Obviously, weak to weight clear and short range means that you can play around them if you draft properly, but it's hard. The locket also makes it that it's potential replacement to Roa, which is kind of crazy. It's much cheaper. You can go to your tank items faster. Falcon tried it. Said it felt really good. So maybe you go locket now instead of Roa, which makes him even tankier and easier to sustain. That means you can go like tier into locket into Woda, and then you can build like a tank item because it's so much cheaper to build lock it, then build Roa, you get some flexibility on what you can build next, and that's just crazy. So I have him up 5 spot from the last tier list. Vayne up 9 spot, kind of crazy. Though she does benefit from a lot of champions being nerfed and leapfrogging him. Same thing with Nidalee, 19 Nidalee. Kind of been realizing that this champion's actually just broken. No one plays her though, but if you play her well, she's ridiculous. I haven't seen a single champion can beat her top, and she's actually really good AP mid because like her roaming is crazy and the poking potential is crazy. And we talked about the Baron without taking damage. Well, she can help with that. She can throw spears and they do a shit ton of damage. You have like a Karthus jungle or Mundo jungle. You can do Barons with Nidalee, and you can even set up vision with your traps. And she has like the ridiculous attack speed steroid. You still have to draft around having an ability. You need wave clear and other sources. You need CC, or else it's gonna feel like a shit pick. Also, probably need some disengage, but yeah, she's hard to play, so I can't put her higher. But like, really strong champion. Definitely underplayed. Number 20, Sona. Sona. The fuck is she? All right. She's probably the best laning support right now. Like she bullies everyone, and she does really good engage with her flash ult. Chalister never misses them, and the champions she's competing with are probably gonna get banned now. So she gonna be like a premier support pick because like if Lulu's banned, like she becomes like a really interesting pick as a support, and she beats Janna in lane, so that's like a good pick right there. And intervening locket getting buffed, she's probably the best user of intervening locket. If you can manage to afford that as a support, you can sustain your teammates so hard. And obviously, W plus runic bulwark, if you manage to get that, is also incredibly strong for your team. Only downside of her is like she doesn't have that much CC. She only has like a slow and a one stun, which is like her ultimate, so it's not as good as other supports like Lulu or Janna. And she is really squishy and easy to kill. This champion would probably be S tier if the AAQAA passive worked, but it doesn't. Because right now you can't just like charge up your Q, walk up to lane, auto Q, auto reset, and kill half the HP of the AD carry. You can't do that because it doesn't work. So if that gets fixed, she's gonna be so much stronger. But yeah. Also, she has no flex pick power with this champion. She can't solo lane, so it's not like Lulu and Janna where when you pick her first, they have to kind of guess where they're gonna go. With Sona, you're not guessing. So, but she's still up 1 spot. Nasus at 21st. Nothing has changed with this champion, honestly. Still a good old reliable top and jungle player, jungle pick. Uh, I haven't seen many AD carries getting QSS or clans against him, which is kind of stupid, but be my guess if you want to get withered. Medios approved dragons. People weren't respecting it. It's pretty strong. I don't know if Locket's good on him. Maybe it is because it's cheap and it gets CDR, but yeah, something to consider. And the Q critting hasn't been fixed yet, so I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that one. Like, Until they fix this, like you should actually just go crit marks with like Trinity and then get IE. And if you crit, you kill them. It's so stupid. Like what the fuck are they doing? Problems like he's immobile and he's kind of weak early, especially early in the jungle. Early invades can really fuck him. And in top lane, like there's some champions that can really bully him right now. So he's not as safe as a pick as he once was as top, but he's still pretty reliable. So the amount of utility he brings, like I still have him at the same spot. He's up one spot because of other champions being nerfed. So yeah, 21st Nessus. 22nd Olaf. I fucking underestimated how fucking strong this champion would be after these buffs. He's up 15 spots. What I like about him is like you can play him top and jungle. And as a jungler, he's crazy. His invades potential is crazy. He clears super fast. You can full clear the jungle without using potions almost, and still come out of the jungle at a really high health level. It's really crazy. And in lane, he can deal with 1v2 lanes with his axes. And against melee tops, you max E and you bully the shit out of them. Like playing Nasus against Olaf who maxes E is unplayable. So yeah, and he does a lot of damage even if you build tank. You go CDR builds, it's pretty strong. I've seen Locket on him, it feels pretty good. So Locket is a good flex item on him. He's so disruptive in team fights because of the ultimate. He's not that OP because like 80 carries are crazy strong and they can eventually just reach a point where they just kill you and you can't do anything about it. This late game is very sketchy. You kind of have to snowball in the game early. And if you don't land your axes or they can dash over walls, that feels really bad. So, especially if they have like Jarvan or Inivia, that feels really shit. But yeah, he's still a pretty solid pick. Number 23, Ezreal. Champion's still pretty fucking good. And he still helps with the damageless barons, and he's a Trinity user. What's really good is when you're a human being, you actually build items that aren't blue, so you do damage, and he's incredibly mobile. Problem is that redditors are building blue items, so he doesn't feel as good when you have a redditor on your team. But when you have Sheeny and he builds real items, it feels amazing. The Q nerf is pretty bad, honestly. It's gonna really affect this lane in team fighting, especially later in the game. So I think it's a really big nerf, but he's still like top 40 carry in my opinion. Like where is he? Like there's Kog'Maw, Trist, Corki. Okay, top five. I think Vayne kind of leapfrog him a little bit, but yeah, like still a top five AD carry. You can still pick him. Like if you're picking like a poke comp, or you're trying to do some Baron Cheese bullshit with Karthus or Mundo, like he's a pretty good pick. He doesn't really need people to help him with peels. So if you want to pick like a diving engage support, that's pretty good. So 23 down 3 spot. 24 and Phoenix is like doomering so hard that this champion is dead, but I think he's still okay. Because the outplay combo is mostly untouched. It does the same amount of damage. The only difference is the cooldown is much higher. So if you don't do the outplay combo and you miss it, then you have a window where you can be punished. He's still a pretty good laner. He still has insane wave clear, good sustain. I don't know if the tank build with Locket's gonna be playable, but something to explore. Problem is the W nerf is actually pretty fucking stupid. I think the Q and R nerfs were good, but the W nerf was stupid. They should actually unnerf it because that killed the bruiser and tank build, in my opinion, more than it killed the mage build. Like the mage build is still gonna be fine. He's still gonna do damage. He's still gonna have the knockback, the CC, the mobility from E. It doesn't affect the AP build nearly as much as it affects the tank build, which I think is stupid. Infinix's career is over, so short sell Gragas stocks and start long Tristana AP and Master Yi AP. Those are long, they're very bullish right now. Gragas very bearish until they unnerf his W, which they never will because that would like admitting they made a mistake, and Riot doesn't do that. I still think he's like low A tier. Katarina. I rate her around Gragas. She's roughly same power. She's still like Dorn Shield lets her lane. She's still win condition by herself. And Ari Gragas got nerfs, so that's kind of helps her. The real problem I've seen with Katarina is that lately I haven't seen Icy Penguin carry a game on her, and that's really affecting her stocks because you really need to have propaganda in these tier lists. You need someone to really showcase what that champion can do, and Icy Penguin has been really slacking lately, so he needs to pick up his game and art carry a game on Katarina to make her go up again. But also CC really fucks her. Like point and click is really common and she just gets fucked by it. There's no escaping that. So I can't really have her higher than like low to mid A tier. Alistar. I'm dropping Alistar a fair bit. I haven't seen Alistar do well. He's still pretty good at diving and like engaging. And he's got good synergy with the jungler. And you can play him top or support. But like mana costs are terrible, and Brainus keeps missing W auto attack on him because he sucks at the game. But also because it's
No,
bugged.
that's not why.
Because it's bugged and it doesn't work. Because Freak is sucks at bouncing his game. Like why is W auto not working? Fix this game. Come on, Riot. But seriously, like that's like the biggest strength of this champion is the W auto attack with Sheen, but it doesn't work half the time. So that's like kind of a big fucking nerf if the ability that makes the champion strong doesn't work. But yeah, he's still pretty tanky and good at engaging, so as a support, he's still pretty solid. But yeah, dropping him a little bit, still A tier.
Top lane, all of his matches fucking suck.
Yeah, top lane, there's no good lane, also, yeah. There's no bruiser to bully. 27 Blitz. Moby Boots, OP, can
No.
roam, it's crazy. Can rule the jungler's life with the fucking stupid level 1 pull and the buff. I had him properly rank match patch. It's just that Riot is fucking stupid and they don't have employees. Like, how the fuck does your E have level 5 skill at level 1? How does that not get caught in PBE for like 2 patches? But now that the nerfs are fixed, like the bugs are fixed, like he's exactly where I thought he would be, assuming he wasn't bugged to shit with like 3 overpowered buffs. So, yeah, like, now he's not gonna get banned as much, so that's nice if you want to crank it. But he's not gonna be like 60% win rate because he has a fucking zero point 0.5 second stun he shouldn't have and a fucking 5 second cooldown ability that should be 9 second at level 1. With Blitz, like he's oppressive when he's ahead, but he's useless when he's behind. So that's like the double-edged sword with this champion. So yeah, same spot. I rated him properly. It's right. That sucks as your job. Copium, 28 in the view. I'm still in A tier, by the way. There's so many A tier and S tier champion. There's a lot of good champions right now. And if you, I mean, nerfs to Gragas and Ari, that does help her. The wall is still OP against the mobile roster. The problem is like people aren't giving her blue, and mana cost sucks, and that's the biggest problem. And she's really hard to play, and I haven't seen anyone good play her. So, but I think in theory this champion should be pretty nutty. But so that's why I keep her where she is, not moving her. Wukong 29th, not moving him either, same spot. And he doesn't build lanterns, so it doesn't matter that lantern got changed. So it doesn't matter. He's still really good at ganking. Janna and Lulu might get banned, so that's champions that counter you that are kind of not as frequent. So that's good. He still sucks in sieges. He has no utility, but like he does a shit ton of damage, and he's really good at engaging. So if you don't fall behind on him, he's like really dangerous. He can carry games. If I had to give a suggestion, they need to make a clones show the buffs. Like, come on, like, how can you juke people if they know that you press W? Like, come on, this is actually be way more fun. And they're gonna add LeBlanc at some point, and they already have Shaco. Like, they need to fix this. This is a pretty serious bug. I mean, I know it used to work like that, but come on, that got changed in like season 3. This is not like a season 8 change, like they tried to push last patch. Get to work. 30. My go, Dr. Mundo. Please fill out your Dr. Mundo apology form. He's got the 15-minute Baron. He goes where he pleases. His clear is insane. He's really good early dragons. But the chart says he sucks, so he keeps getting buffed. Got an attack speed buff for no reason, elf buff for no reason. So yeah, tanks I guess. And Evelyn and Tryndamere jungle got nerfed. It's a good day to be Mundo. They haven't fixed the tenacity bug. He's immune to CC. Tristana got nerfed, so less anti-healing, but MF got buffed, so more anti-healing. And Vayne is like OP as fuck, and people are gonna pick her more because every carry is getting fucking nerfed. And he has no hard CC. That's actually a real big thing. Like you need a support or top that has hard CC, or Mundo doesn't fit into the comp that well. But the 15-man Baron is crazy. So I have him at the bottom of A tier, up 14 spot, my goat. All right, now we're gonna go on to B tier champions that are like pretty good. Like they're good, but if you pick them in the right situation, they can be pretty damn good. So, 31 MF. She keeps getting buffed, and she has built-in Grievous Wound. Already carries got nerfed, so I think she's gonna do a lot of damage now, especially like the Q buffs and the E buff, pretty big for laning. And the R buff makes her scale better. So like this champion just keeps getting buff. I think she's gonna be decent now with all the buffs she got. Only downside is like she's really short range and mobile. Like when you're ulting and you're against like a Leona or someone with like a AoE stun, like you just get fucked. So that's something that's really hard to do. But like with Amumu being one of the premier jungler, that's good synergy right there. So like I think she's pretty good in some situations. 30-second Singe. I'm not moving him. I think he's a pretty good champion. Good frontline presence. You won't have to lane against Lulu as much because she's gonna get banned, and you won't have his game be ruined by Gianna existing because she's gonna be banned surely. Silent. No, that's Soraka. What the fuck? Spell Vamp. Yeah, Spell Vamp is OP. Like fucking Spectral Rate Wodo, that build's so stupid. He just never dies because he keeps healing. The problem is you can't really do anything against range tops. Like against Kennen, what the fuck do? You just have to proxy, which is boring. And if well, you didn't ban Janna, shaking my head. All right, Soraka, down 3 spot, but not really fault of her own. Like she still has the global ulti. Its science is kind of strong. The W is really strong in long trades, which is crazy in bot lane, and even in like some matchups in top. But like the mana costs are still terrible. She's still immobile in short range, so I think she's still a decent soul laner, and he's kind of creeping up as a support because if you ban a lot of support, let's say there's a lobby and fucking Zillion, Morgana, Lulu, Janna got banned. That's possible. That could happen. Well, then the support pool is a lot thinner. Like you're gonna have to be looking at like Sona, Soraka, Fiddlesticks, Tarek, Leona, Blitzcrank. Like there's more versatility as you can what you can pick when those support champs starts getting banned. So that's a lot. That's something to consider. But I don't think like the only reason she went down is because like some other champions leapfrogged her, like Olaf, Mundo, and I forgot the other one. But like these two champions got buffed or I underrated them, so they overtook her. But she's still a solid B tier champion. Jarvan at 34. That's the XPL approved champ. Like just good utility, good CC, good on a low budget. I've seen some people build full damage on it, like it's funny in solo queue if you get ahead, but like if you get even remotely close to behind, that shit's fucking useless. You just dive in, get one shot, and die. Like that shit is just not competitively viable. So you have to build tank. The damage falls off pretty hard if you build tank, so that's kind of why he's not that good late game. And also, he kind of liked doing Lantern. Lantern was not bad on him, but now that's no longer an option because it gives attack speed, and you'd much rather have the AD. So I think that's a slight Jarvan nerf, but not really. I think Lizard Elderkin Golem was better to begin with, but yeah, I could doesn't really move the needle. I think he just got leapfrogged by Olaf and Mundo, so not really moved the spot. He only moved down 1 spot, but that's no fault of his own. Pantheon. Pantheon, I do think he's weaker than I rated him because Like I've seen him snowball, and I see him get ahead. He bullies this lane. You can pick him anywhere, but like he fucking sucks in team fight. He just gets stunned once and he dies, and he needs to build damage, so he's super squishy. Like you really need to end the game early and abuse his global to like end the game early, or else it fucking sucks late game. And he's useless in team fight if he's behind. Like if you get behind this champion, it's fucking over. So like this champion's not as good as he's not that good, honestly. Even though he's like horrifically overbuffed by Riot with the E crit and shit. He's just really annoying. But if you survive laning phase against him, it doesn't really feel that impactful. 36 Ashe. He got buffed. So Shades' support Ashe stocks are up. It's a pretty nice buff, especially sieging and like poke. Really nice. But she's still like a utility AD carry, so you need to build a comp that has damage. You can't pick her with like two enchanters and a fucking tank. You need someone else to do damage, or else you want to pick her with a team that doesn't have engage and has high damage. She's still really immobile and not that high damage, so I think I had her fairly as like a B tier, solid B tier champion. I think that's fair. Twitch at 37th. He got nerfed again. I don't know. I don't think he's that good. Like he's got no health level. He's so squishy now. Like he's still good at roaming and getting some picks, and he has high range. He's good late game, but I was right. Unyielding worse against his passive. You owe me an apology. I was right. I am not crazy. So you go unyielding if you're playing AD carry, even if it's one point, it's better than veteran scar. You're gonna get more value. If you're against Twitch, go 21-9. You could honestly Butcher fucking sucks. Fuck it. Go fucking 2010. Fuck it. Butcher's the worst mastery in the game. Go 2010, get 2 point unyielding, his passive does nothing. There you go. His champion not that good, dude. He's just good late game, but games ends too quickly, so it doesn't matter. Alright, 38. Kevin is gonna be crying so hard now because his career is over. Like Trinimir got nerfed. He's down 22 spot. This is a fucking disaster. Like he just lost 11% of his money on his meta share this year just from this one nerf. I mean, in all seriousness, he still takes no skill to play. He still does a lot of damage. And he's still decent in lane, but his lane sustain got shafted. That's a really big nerf. And the fucking nerfs to his crit makes the AP build really shit because you're not gonna have crit chance in your build, so you're not gonna get the crits for the E resets. Feels terrible for AP. For AD, you're basically just lost a zeal of crit in most situations. So that's fucking terrible. And the R cooldown nerfs means you have to put points into R, which is a massive nerf. Because one of Tryndamere stank is he could max W or E second faster, but now you can't do that. He has to put points into R. That's a fucking massive nerf. I still have him at B tier because he's like still a really overstated mess of a champion, and he's still gonna punish like some weaker laners, but like, and he's still good at split pushing, but he's no longer like a ban worthy champion. This champion kind of got shafted really hard. So yeah, I have him at 38. Really big nerf. And I don't think he needed those. He was kind of fine. But the graph said he was OP. Alright, 39th, Akali. I think I rated her fairly last time. Like, she's just a solid champion. Very mobile, energy base. She's really good with Gunblade, but like, Lee Sin, Pink Wards, and CC just destroys her. And you see that what happens. Like if you draft a comp with no CC, she dominates. If you draft a comp with CC or Lee Sin, she does nothing. If she doesn't get fed somehow. So yeah, like she's just a pop stomp champion. I think I rated her fairly as a B tier that can be good in some situation, but overall kind of meh. Leona, 40th. I think I kind of underrated her, but not really. I think what really helps her is that Lulu and Janna might get banned more now, so she's kind of has more opportunity, and Blitzcrank getting fixed gonna be good for her. Like she just has like really a good engage and good CC, and she's deceptively tanky, so she enables like other champions like Mundo and Olaf jungle, which does a lot of damage but doesn't have the CC. So it's and if you have like an Ezreal, then you have like you don't need the peel, you don't need the enchanter. So like in some situations, she's pretty damn good. It appears the banning phase did not develop necessarily to Leona's advantage. Kevin's gonna love this quote. That's because Janna's not banned. Fucking hell, you didn't ban Janna. You can't play the game. Yeah, she has no poke, no sustain, so that's kind of sucks. She's like Blitz. If you're ahead, it's oppressive. If you're behind, it feels like shit. And Brina's threw a free win on her. Like, you had the free win. All you had to do was sit next to the fucking Baron minions, and you decided, you know what, I'm gonna miss my ult, and then dash in on the turret that's about to die, and die for no fucking reason. Good job, Brainis. You're a fucking idiot. Alright, next, Fiddlesticks.
It sounds like you're saying good engage isn't always a benefit.
It's benefit if you
Sometimes
use
good
it
engage
right.
is a curse.
Alright, Fiddlesticks. Why do we like Fiddlesticks? He has a 3-second point click fear. He has a science, and his Eon it was like bug, and he got fixed. Why do we not like Fiddlesticks? He's super squishy. He dies quickly without Zonios. Rutro, he's jungling. Rutro, he's doing the redder camp. Oh no! Fucking don't jungle his champion. He's fucking terrible in the jungle. Play him support. Alright, Nunu. Dude, am I fucking retarded? Alright, there you go. Fucking Nunu. Alright. Baron, early Baron's good. Good objective control. Makes 80 carries OP with Blood Bowl. Spectral Raid's kind of funny in this champion. You do heal a fucking shit ton with Q. But again, this champion has no fucking damage, no hard CC. So like, you, you have to get early Barons and make your 80 carry. If you don't have damage from your 80 carry, it's fucking Joe. Or you're just laughing with Nunu bot skin. Alright, Malzar. Malzar, one good thing that's really good about Malzar is I haven't been terrorized by 80 jungle Malzar in my games. That kept happening. I don't know why, but now it hasn't happened lately, so that's really good. But like, his point and click suppress is just crazy. Like, people are just not respecting it. They're not paying their taxes, and they just get fucked by it. He does a lot of damage. I don't know if his W's bug. I don't think it is, but like, he does a lot of damage and he's really easy to play. Problem is like he's really short range. Unyielding fucks him over a fair bit in lane, and he isn't like he's very vulnerable to CC and he's immobile. So yeah, those are pretty harsh weaknesses. But like if you're drafting to just shut down one person, like if you're drafting to shut down a call, you pick Malzahar. That champion can't do anything. So yeah, like he's just a solid safe pick. Does his job well. All right, Kale. Kale got a pretty big buff actually. I think she's all right now. Like the uptime is gonna be up with CDR. She's still an insane late game champion with a lot of utility, and other mages got nerfed. So if you can get through the terrible early mid game and get 2 items, she feels pretty good. Problem is gives in too quickly, so that's a big downside. But if you know by some miracle game goes late, she's really strong, so she's kind of a win condition by herself. So yeah, I'm gonna put her bottom B tier, up 4 spots because of that. All right, Cho'Gath. I, I'm not a big fan of Cho'Gath, man. Like even though the roster is kind of mobile, gets like more uses out of his Q and W, and he's good at controlling objective. I feel like he's just like an all-around okay champion. He doesn't really excel at much. He just kind of is there. He's like a beefy frontline that has some CC and some damage, but like if you want CC, there's better option. If you want damage, there's more option. If you want tankiness, there's better option. So he just kind of like does a bit of everything. It doesn't. I don't know. I think I would undo a nerf to his silence. If I would buff his W silence to be what it was, fucking 3 seconds. That way it could be like identity. It would be a fucking beast that silence everyone for a long ass time. That'd be fucking strong. Right now, outside the objective control, it's not that crazy. And yeah, if you start falling behind, you just chain die. It's fucking miserable. So I have him down 6 spot for that. Tarek also down 6 spot. I don't think Tarek's that good. Like he's easy to play. He's got a reliable stun, but like he's so predictable and so easy to play. Like the other support is just so much better. Like it's kind of like a Cho'Gath thing. Like he's all around okay. He's like decent sustain, decent CC, decent laning, decent roam. But like if you want a roamer, you're gonna pick Leona and Blitz. If you want sustain, you're gonna pick Soraka or Sona. If you want like Like you want engage, there's better option. If you want damage, there's better options. So I don't know. I don't think he's that good. Scion down one spot, but like he's supposed to be the same. He's a really strong counter pick. You don't blind pick this champion. You pick him to counter someone, and he's really good with his point and click stun. He's good at roaming. What I would do to buff this champion is I would give him the E unhit kill, the kill to tree at every level. So that way, if even if you like go AP, put 1 point into it, you can actually get a lot of HP. And for the AD build, that also result in more health. I would also make the Q scale with stun duration per level. Like I feel like that would actually buff his late game a fair amount. And cannibalism, I would give it some movement speed per level, so that way you can actually level up the ability as AP, and it would help the AD build a lot. Like these changes would mostly help the AD build, honestly. And the AP build is kind of a good spot. It would also help it a little bit. It would just means that his E and his R would be more useful to that build. And I think that's kind of what he's lacking. He's kind of a champion where if you play him AP, you have two abilities. If you play him AD, you have like 2.5 ability because you still have the stun, but the damage doesn't scale. Like I don't know. I think he needs like he shouldn't be reworked to what he was in season 5. That'd be stupid. But if you want to keep this champion with this identity and this kit, I think he needs a little bit of tweaking. Bran 48 in B tier. I think he's the last one in B tier, and yeah, he is. Yeah, the fact Propaganda just keeps winning. He does a lot of damage, and other mages got nerfed, so I think it's pretty good, especially with Amumu. Does a lot of damage. You just have to land it, but his ultimate fucking sucks in terms of speed. So you need someone to set it up for him. That's why I think a Brand Amumu comp, like Brand with Amumu and Fiddlesticks or Annie support or Sona support. That's a pretty fucking good comp right there if you're trying to wombo. And then you have like an MF 80 carry. I don't know, it could be a decent comp. But yeah, like I think he's pretty good. He's all right. Just needs a proper comp to be fit in. All right, C tier. Now this is a champion that like overall decent, but can be good in some really good situation. And to start off C tier, we have the Go Destruction Man. Destruction Man up 10 spot. Zerk propaganda worked. I mean, the buffs are kind of crazy. Like 580 at level 1, that's fucking crazy. Also, armor growth, he's gonna be really hard to kill if you're playing an 80 champion against him. I don't think he has like any bad matchups now. Like, obviously, he's gonna lose to like Lee Sin, Nidalee, Kennen, and stuff like that. But like, he's not gonna like get stomped and be unplayable. He's not going to win. The E buff is pretty significant. It helps him at all stages in the game. And the thing is that games end so quickly right now that he doesn't usually reach the point where he starts falling off. Like he sucks late game, obviously. But games usually end when you're at like the 2 to 3 item stage. So he doesn't reach the point where he falls off because the game is over. The silence is pretty strong. Like a lot of champions get fucked by it. And even if you just build like Sunfire and Ghostblade, you're a pretty good frontline presence and you do respectable damage. So like, yeah, like he's actually not bad. He's okay. And Canopy has a fucking 83% win rate, so he's like literally the goat. But yeah, like I said, like late game, easy to kite. His damage falls off pretty hard. His ultimate sucks. And he does nothing late game except being a vehicle for Sunfire and Randuin slow. So if the game goes to late game, he does suck. But if you abuse his good laning and the ability to end games early, I think there's a potential for this champion. What I would do to buff him, alright, first we gotta give an AP ratio to his ult. Like his ult doesn't scale anything except missing out. Let's give him a 120 AP ratio. That would help him if he builds DFG, and it would help him if he builds Lich Bane. So that would be like a big buff. And then to bonify that, we're gonna make his E apply on it effect. So that way you can build a malady, and your malady is gonna MR shred, which means you can MR shred with your E, then DFG auto the Lich Bane and ult. You're gonna fuck like Destruction Man's gonna go crazy with these buffs. And then for an actual real buff, make his W give flat resistances up to 35 with 0.5 per kill. Thank you. Alright, Annie, 50. Annie, I think the buffs are pretty good. I think she's gonna be like a good support now. Like if you're against Sona, Ashe, and a or Squishy to carry, really good pick. Like it's she if like I said, like Sona fill sticks are gonna pop up a lot more support because Janna and Lulu are gonna be common bans, Zillion too. So like if you start seeing some squishy support, she's a really good pick against them because she has a lot of burst, good stun, and she punishes them really hard with flash. Like and their level 1 invade is crazy with the you preset W and base, you walk in, AoE stun, amazing. As a mid laner, I'm still not convinced. It could be good. The ratio got buffed pretty hard. That's a pretty big buff, but she's still lacking in wave clear, so might not have to see some data on that. But like I think as a support, she's like kind of good now, and as mid, she might be okay. But yeah, up 4 spot, put in top of C tier. Pretty good buff. Warwick, 51. Warwick. I still like the point and click suppress, and he's like decent top lane, and people aren't paying their taxes, and like early Baron potential is really strong. You just needs 2 items, and you can solo it. It just takes forever. But the problem is the Denmark builders are really nerfing his win rate, and Wit's End is bug. If Wit's End was not bug, he would actually be a lot stronger. But unfortunately, Wit's End, when you reach max stack, you like lose all your stacks or something. So that's a really bad nerf. And yeah, he gets destroyed by CC. So once your ultimate is down, doesn't do much. And you can't gank early. His clear sucks. So I don't know. So what would I do to buff him? All right, first gotta undo that base attack speed nerf. Like what are we doing right? Alright, second buff. I would make Madred's Blood Razor not purchasable until Lantern is completed. That means you would not have a Denmark situation where the jungler rushes Madred Blood Razor before his Feral Flare, and then he loses all of his stacks. So we're gonna fix that by making Madred's Blood Razor not purchasable until Lantern is completed. And then we're gonna make Black Cleaver not purchasable on this champion because the Denmark build gets Black Cleaver as a 4th item. It makes no sense. He's all magic damage, and he's building unhit magic damage. Why are these Danish people building Black Cleaver? It makes no sense. So these two buffs would completely overpowered, would turn him into an overpowered champion, complete low elo stomper. So let's do it. All right, Malphite, 50 second. I like his engage, and the attack speed still is really strong. And if peeling peeling supports are nerfed, he's gonna be able to stick to 80 carries, and that's pretty strong. Problem is, like, it still doesn't have any good lane matchups. His mana costs are terrible, but if you get in the proper situation, there's like no Janna, no Lulu, no one can peel for him, and you get like double 80 carry. He's gonna be pretty damn good. What I would do to buff him is like I would reduce the cooldown Graphite Shield. It was 8 second at one point, so make it 8 second. Get me make him better in lane, better in jungle. Be a nice buff. Because right now he sucks in lane because no one you cannot lean against anyone. So help him out a bit. All right, Master Yi down 3 spot, mostly because of buffs and other champions. But yeah, I think he's still a really good 80 jungler late game, but games end too quickly, and that's the problem. Infinix is gonna start playing him, so his win rate might go up. So he might actually get nerfed because they're gonna consult the chart. So that's a big downside. He's still very vulnerable to CC, and he sucks against invades. So yeah, APE is dog shit. Like I don't know. If I were to buff him, like you gotta fix the double strike. Like it being every like if lottery is stupid and there's a bug with it, so just make it every 7 auto attack. Like fucking end this shit. Stupid. And what I would do, this is like a custom change. I would make his E, Wuju Sal, give a magic hun hit damage based on his AP, and I would double it when you activate it. That way the AP build would actually utilize his auto attack. That'd actually be interesting and cool. Ramus, I'm bumping it up 6 spot because I kind of underrated him a bit because the double Madrid tech is kind of nice. The double Madrid actually fixes his clear mostly, not 100%, but it does help. And he still has a 3-second taunt, which is kind of good. He can snowball. He's a good ganker. But you gotta invest heavily into his clear, so that kind of sucks. And he's still easy to kite. And just like Malphite, like there's not enough champions he's good against right now. If I were to buff him, I would undo any of these nerfs. These are nerfs that happen. You can undo the resistance nerf to his defensive ball curl. You can undo the reflect damage nerf to his ball curl, or you can undo the duration nerf to his powerball. These are all changes that occurred at one point during the classic time lamps. So if you undo one of these nerfs, you would be pretty good, I think. Jax. Falcon Bros, it's fucking over. Tryndamere got nerfed, and that was like her best matchup. No one's gonna play Tryndamere anymore, so you can't hard counter Tryndamere with Jax. It's fucking over. I mean, he scales really hard, but games end too quickly. What are you gonna do? Unless you have Brainus on your team, then the game doesn't end quickly because he throws. And his passive is still not fucking fixed. Like, how many Reddit thread, like, fix this passive Riot. Like, Riot, Falcon is writing his 20th Reddit post about it. You guys can't fix it, dude. Get your job done. Jesus, man. Yeah, this champion's not good. Like, and this best matchup got nerfed. Like, what are you gonna do, man? 56, my boy Shaco. Why is he up one spot? I don't know. I think it's because other champion sucks. Oh yeah, it's because Lantern. Yeah, Lantern's a buff for him because he actually likes on hit because his clone applies on hit, so you can like do early Barons and early Dragons a lot better with this new Lantern. So that's a good buff. That's nice, but this champion sucks. If you want to buff him, like make Jack in the Box last 90 seconds, not 60, and show buffs on the clone, and undo the deceive range nerf. Makes it 500 range instead of 400. If you want to be a fucking dick about it, make it scale with levels. Like make it 400, 425, up to 500. I don't care. Just fucking undo the nerf. Like this champion is not good. He's just an early cheese champion that falls off really fast. And if you don't get the early Baron, like this champion fucking sucks. He's so useless when behind. So yeah, those would be some nice buffs. And they're not like game breaking buffs. It's not like we're asking for fucking 50 base damage on 2 shield poison or something. Like, alright, 57. This is the first time I've done this. Like, Event Horizon. This is an ability that when you pick this champion, you're actually picking Event Horizon. It's a good, reliable AoE stun that maxes out at level 9. So after level 9, you don't scale. It's kind of weird, but that's unique to this champion. But this ability can change the game. It's a really strong ability. And since when you play Event Horizon, you're actually playing a purple caster minion, but you're a little bit taller than usual, so you get to have one ability, which is Event Horizon. So yeah, if you're playing Event Horizon, you have to be really good at it. If not, you're useless. So, but in all seriousness, if they want to buff Veigar, one thing they should try doing is changing the cooldown on his Q, because they don't have any historical patches to go with. So they're gonna have to come up with something. And I think either you buff the Q cooldown to be better early in the same late game, or you buff it to be little bit better early and a little bit better late game. Also, they gotta fix the E bug. Like a colony and other dashes can ignore his event horizon, which is the only reason you pick this champion. So might want to fix that bug. So yeah. Number 58, Lux. She's no longer the worst champion in the game. They did it. All it took was like 8 buffs. If we keep throwing 5 buffs to her per patch, she might become a real champion. She still has her annoying laugh, but now like she actually one shots wave with the RNE, which is really strong, and the poke on it is pretty good. And Canopy is actually undefeated on this champion. He's literally the goat. Only issue I have with her, like she's okay in poke comp, but why would you pick her over Italy? Like Nidalee's just gonna be better. No, like just more damage, more utility, more roaming. I don't know. I don't really see a reason to pick her that much, but she's not the worst champion in the game anymore. So we gotta look at positives. So yeah, her shield's a skill shot and it does nothing. Her damage probably still sucks, but at least she can stall the game and does okay now. Like she's not the worst champion in the game. So we'll take the positive. Suggestion. All right, so what we should do is should make her passive skill 80% off bonus AD, and let me cook here. So you can make the passive skill with 80% bonus AD, and then the W, you make it give a 25% attack speed steroid at a 5% per champion hit to Lux's inner teammate. So now you've really got to land your fucking W on your entire team, and you're never gonna be able to do it. But you're gonna be tilted out of your mind because you want to W your team to get the 25% attack speed on your AD Lux build, and you're gonna keep missing it because of the fucking skill shot. Your teammates are not listening to you. So this is gonna be the best troll buff of all time. Let's make it happen. Fucking give her attack speed steer on her W. Alright, Sivir. Alright, she's just the worst AD carry in the game. Like, what are you gonna do? A shit fucking buff that doesn't do anything. Shit mana costs, and her range is too shit. So, what we do? Well, she actually had 450 range in this version, believe it or not. So, why don't we just not go back to that? Like, that would be a pretty big buff. Also, I would do the unchange. This happened during this version of champion as well. The bonus attack speed, you basically increase it to 90 at max level. It's still the same to your teammates, but it's better for you. So that would be a good buff. A buff on the hunt and buff the attack range of 25 might be decent. Alright, game point. I mean, I hate this champion sucks, man. He's a nostalgia bait champion. Unyielding destroys them, and like his ultimate is so shit. Like it's either Omega strong or it just misses everything, and it's like, why did I even cast this? The problem with this channel, he excels at nothing. Like, there's nothing that he does that you're like he's good at. He's kind of like Cho'Gath. Kind of like Cho'Gath, he doesn't have any CC and he doesn't have objective control. So what are we doing? All right, I don't want to buff this champion. Let's buff his passive to 4 stacks, and if that's not enough, go back to 5. Like his passive fucking sucks. Let's give him the old stacks back. And I would undo the raise morale nerfs. Like give him back the old raise morale with the big ass movement speed, the big ass AD, and the big ass range. Let's start with these 2 buffs. That would actually probably make him good. Because raise morale is like his best ability, and it's nerfed to shit. Let's undo the nerf, let's see what happens. Alright, F tier. These are champions you should never pick. Don't pick them. Alright, Teemo. He's up 1 spot. Yay. But he fucking sucks. Don't pick this champion. He sucks. Link Cannon are better. There's no reason to pick him. Oracle's who just ruins him. His mana cost sucks. He's terrible in lane. Alright, so how the fuck do we buff the champion? You know what? Fuck it. Let's make him destroy Loito games. Let's make Leo games unplayable. Noxious Trap, let's fucking bump up the damage to 600 at max rank. You know what? There's a patch where this was actually 750. It was like 250, 500, 750. I'm not that much of a psychopath, but if it has to come to it, that's the declare option. Just fucking buff the shit out of the Noxious Trap base damage. So, yeah. That's how I would buff him. Alright, Cassidy. This champion fucking sucks. Like, this is the Redditor fucking Beta of the Year award champion. He fucking sucks. He would actually be better if like, games lasted longer. But games don't last long enough, and he sucks in lane. You lose tempo, you lose prio, your jungle gets invaded, he dies, you lose objective, you lose vision control, you lose objective, they get Baron, you lost the game. So this champion does nothing. Games to end too quickly, and even if the game reaches late game, he doesn't even hard carry most of the time. Like you fell for it. You listened to Freak and you banned this champion. So the suggestion I would do for this champion is I would make everyone that joins the lobby default over Kassadin. That way nobody can ban him. That'd be an insane buff to this champion because you wouldn't be wasting a ban on Kassadin and you could ban a real champion. So that would be a great buff to Kassadin. And lastly, fucking Heimerdinger. Like, what the fuck are we doing? This champion was surviving purely off a 100% damage buff bug. And that's the only thing that made him playable. He lost that. He's unplayable now. He does no damage. Double smite kills him. He has his grenades is shit. His W is unreliable. So what do we do? Like, if we want to fix this champion, alright, so if your teammate locks in Heimerdinger, you do not get a dodge penalty if you dodge. But the person who picked Heimerdinger will receive the dodge penalty instead. I think that's the proper change to fix Heimerdinger in this game. Alright, that's all I got. I'm gonna post this on the thread and the other thing. Alright, see you.